It's Sunday, it's 6 p.m. It's the Sunday Swinger Show. Let's get into it. Okay, so how are you all doing? And welcome all back to episode 10 here of the Sunday Swinger Show. It's the 16th of March, so we're going to try to get through this as quick as we can. Not to be holding you up on your Sunday. So on the right hand side of the screen here, everything in green we will be covering here on YouTube and X. And as we move down through the show, as we move into the yellow or gold area, that will all be held for our members inside at Pro Traders Lounge Discord. So first of all, we're going to start off with a trade recap of last week, and then we're going to move down to charting your asset, which is being requested this time around, has been Fartcoin over and over again, and Popcat. So we will cover the two of those again. We're then going to have Trader R covering a little bit of Bitcoin and how it went over the last couple of weeks, and then we'll be on to alt of the week. So the altcoins the Trader R is looking for trades on this week. So with that said, let's jump into it. Okay, so Crypto.com coin, we covered that last week. Trade setup, we were looking for two areas for the action. And last Sunday, if you can remember, we were recording this just before the big dump down. We were identifying that this naked point of control or high volume node would be the area that we would look for as an invalidation for the current low. So if it breaches that, then we're going down for those lower prices and targets to the downside. What we got here is we're looking for a kind of internal price. Came down into our zone, didn't get the reaction we were looking for. We got a little bounce, and then that was stopped out. I got in at this trade, got a little bit of a bounce, and then got stopped out, which got a 3.5% bounce. We came down right into the reaction zone number 2, where it got a really nice bounce of 20% to the upside, and it's pulling back right now. So where do I think, Crypto.com coin is going to hold this as a low, or are we going to dump down for lower prices? We will cover that soon. Let's just punch on to the next one. The next one we covered was Grasscoin last week. So at this point for Grasscoin, we got this low, which we traded up 140%. We didn't get that high because it didn't come into my zone, so no trade for me if it doesn't come into the zone. And we were waiting for this pullback where we were looking for a reaction basically on this zone. Again, didn't get it. It didn't even show any signs, even on a lower time frame, of any type of strength at all. So there was no trade whatsoever here. Nothing. Plowed down, got down to the low, little bit of sideways, dropped, and then it was just bearish price action from then on in. How you can look, if you're at Pro Traders Lounge, and how to look at how I trade these zones is they're like an SR, these reaction zones. So if you don't get the move on the way down, or you don't get acceptances in it for a deviation to come back up above that level, well, they do offer a good short. I didn't take it because the TA has not been given the levels I'm looking for the last while. So for me, that's the end of Grasscoin for me. I don't want to see anything about it until we come down to these lower prices. I'm not even going to bother doing analysis because it's not working out on it. It's just not hitting my levels. So that's okay. That's done. Popcat was very nice. This is being requested so many times. So trade number 1 that we got 2 weeks ago that hit on it hit on the on that week after Sunday Swingers. We got a nice bounce, 23% to the upside. Last week we were looking for this move back down into this reaction zone where we had a previous range value area high, and we had swing failure of this level with multiple reasons to look for a trade here. Came into the reaction zone, dipped down through it, and then on the daily time frame, if things are getting a little bit too clogged up, on the daily time frame, you can see that this was just one time frame in the whole way. So strengthen the move, no need to get out of it. Where I did take profits and close most of that trade was back up at this SR of this where we took our previous long, and that's where I've closed out most of that trade. That was a really nice bounce of 41% on Popcat. So what we have to kind of see here, which we will jump into, is this the low for Popcat? Are we going to gain acceptance back within this big range and make a rotation back up of a potential 300% move? Or are we going to just get a bounce here, a little relief rally. Has it gassed out yet, or is it going to come up into a zone for a lower high to bring us down into our bigger zone down lower? So that is also something we're going to cover. And highly requested, because I didn't cover it last week, is Fartcoin. So Fartcoin is, let's get rid of this. Fartcoin, I covered this one on Twitter or X extensively. So from Sunday Swingers to X, we've been covering it. We got this move up here. We got that trade up the way. We then got this short, which I'm fully closed out of that short now, by the way. As soon as it came down into that zone down here, about 20 something, 22 cent, I was fully out of that. We've basically traded every major pivot on this so far, including the low that's in at the minute. So this is the one that we're going to spend most time on today and cover, is Fartcoin. As we can see, we've made our way all the way back up into that previous range value area high with a bounce of 80%. So as you can see, it does pay to keep watching these Sunday Swinger shows. We're getting great feedback from it, and keep the great feedback coming. So with that said, let's run through then where we're going to go with these few assets for next week. Okay, so we'll start off with crypto.com coin and see what the crack is there. Let's go. So I'm going to keep this invalidation, current low naked point of control. That has to stay. And I'm going to have a look at the levels we had before as well. That can go. Okay, so we're looking at this. Is this fractal still in play? That we put in the low, got the bounce, and now we're basically just getting a dead cat bounce for a big swoop down to the downside. This is still my preferred scenario in terms of my bias towards the markets. I still feel that there's a big drop still pending across all markets. So will I be wrong? Who knows? But as traders, we have to be ready for both up and down, and that's what we're going to do here today. So first I want to work on this. So we still have that big level to the downside. I don't need to do the high time frame levels. That's still the big zone to look for to the downside, being this big naked point of control, 0.05980 cent. So let's work with what we have up here. Fuck it, I'll just delete that as well. Okay. Add in this quarterly level. Even though I said I'm not doing high time frame, I just have to see where we can potentially go here. And okay. We're at the value area low. So it's a must defend area. Must defend. You know, value area low, it's been support, 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 support. These are all weekly supports. Support, support, support. Okay, so it's constantly testing that level. I'm going to actually now delete that quarterly level, as we do have a volume reason to mark it in down here. So we do have this high volume node, which I'm going to mark in. Okay. It's marking these areas of balance. And importantly, that point of control. Okay. Okay. We're below the big point of control. So that plays into our plan of lower prices. So on the higher time frame, it's signaling more down, but we would have to close this month to see that. Right now, that monthly candle has not closed. So if we got a bearish close in the next 15 days on that candle, well, then we can look for lower prices. If we get a bullish close on that candle, we can look for more of a relief rally. You know, I wouldn't be saying this is the low that's going to take us to thousands of percent. I would say a further relief rally. Okay. Enough of that. Look at the volume. It's cleared all those naked points of control, which is interesting down here. That's really, really nice, and it's not left anything. So in terms of what I like to see in a move for it to be, you know, for it to be a strong move is clearing all inefficiencies and naked points of control before continuing on. So it does, on a lower time frame, it gives the characteristics of something that I like to see on a move out of an area of interest, for sure. Yeah, so I think these are the two levels I'm looking for next trade setup. What I don't like here is this. You know, we got a deviation from the range and we kind of did go sideways like this. The last time we seen something like that and then we got a big move was over here on this lower time frame, and then we got that big push up where we had a really weak move above the point of control on a lower time frame, and then we started to push. Let's show you now. So is this a fractal of this? So down at this price action here, when we pull the fixed range on it at the time, this is what we were looking at the time. We got that deviation from the value area low, and we got real weak looking price action, and then all of a sudden it went boom. You know, so we're going to get a repeat of that. That's what I'm looking for, because everything's a fractal of itself. So I'm thinking of we getting that here on a higher time frame. Therefore, I must look at this as a reaction zone based on what it's done already. So for an internal move to come down into that reaction zone area and looking for a move back out of it, this could happen. This could happen on the weekend. Quite possible. If we drop down below that, you know, we do still have, you know, support down here. I would look to that value area low. But right now, that's what I'm looking for on CRO. As I said, Grasscoin is done for me. I don't want to know anything about it, so I'm not going to look at it. So the next one we're going to look at is Popcat. Are our levels still valid? And if so, what's the story with it? So let's have a look. So last week, we just gave the recap, so now we'll just get straight into it. So what we really have going on here is we came down, took liquidity, we've made our move up here into previous support or into our previous reaction zone. These reaction zones, if we're looking to long off an area, when we flip our reaction zones, that is it. They're SR levels. They may not be somewhere on the chart, but they're our SR levels that we've marked, and they had multiple levels of confluence. So you can short these reaction zones if they get rejected from them. You can see here we made our way up and boom, 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 couldn't get through, and now we're starting to come back down again. So does it hold? Does it hold? Do we hold and make our way back up, or what's the story? So let's have a look. So first things first, I do think, you know, it needs to start doing something now. It needs to start really working on getting itself back out of this trouble that it's in by falling back down here. So it really needs to work down here. Volume needs to come back in. Otherwise, we can just give all of this move back again, and we're right back to where we started again. Okay, so it needs to start moving where it's at now. That's just judging off that. You can see we came and back tested a big SR level, or a big value area low, where we have lots and lots and lots of volume here. You can see this bell-shaped volume coming out here is right in the zone that we're at. You know, if we drag it over, like, we're pretty much just coming and testing that now. So yes, it can come up higher, and I would like to see how it reacts off that point of control, but also we are at resistance right now. But we'll mark in that area anyway. Point of control. Value area low. That channel we had marked out the last day, that was in confluence with that low. Okay. Just using this to view view the volume without having to have a thing layered over, a fixed range layered over. I think we can leave this on. So I can see reasons to come up here. We have two, you know, we have the range high, naked point of control, nice naked point of control up here. So this region actually heads the whole way back up, but I'll explain what I'd be looking for here. So if price comes back up into this zone, what I would look for is more so a failed auction. If we do start to make our way back up again, you know, you can look for a scalp short on your paper trading accounts on initial reaction. But if it does come back up, you know, I would hesitate on just, I wouldn't be long in here, because it is a zone to look for if it comes back for a failed auction to come back within that channel and drop back down to our zone that we're looking for, which is down here. So I have to say I would be looking for shorts up here on a failed auction. So only when it comes back within the channel would I look for it, and that would be to trade it down here. So that's number one, trade setup number one. If we keep heading up. So I am long from that low. Short idea. I'm long from that low, and I've closed out most of it up here. Okay, so what if we start to drop? Where do I look for support? Let's check it out. Yeah, so it really needs to start working here, which it is. So far, so good. It's working away. I'm not bearish. So if it comes back down here, that's the first point of support. If it loses that, yeah, swing failure of it might work, but if it loses that, you know, we can start to look down for lower prices. Personally, I don't care which one comes first. Like, I would look for a scalp here, but, you know, only a scalp. Why? Because I'm more so looking for closer to a swing down here. So that's covering Popcat. So if we look at our last week, it's still the same. We'll come back into that zone. Okay, we'll delete this or turn this off because it is a little bit hard to understand. But we're dropping from, we haven't gained acceptance back into that value area high from last week. We're now rejecting from that. So if we do come down another go at holding this level that we had last week, we may get a second offering or a second trade off it. Again, we'll have to see when it happens. If not, we'll look down for those lower prices. They're still the same price that we were looking for last week, down into these lower prices down here. To the upside, if we get rid of all of this, here's what we'll look for, and that will be to come up into that downward sloping channel where we look for an initial reaction, basically looking for a failed auction above this, or even if you want to be aggressive, looking for a swing failure up here. But I would only be getting interested while it gets back into that channel to trade it down to whatever levels it wants to come down to. So that's Popcat. Right, next we're going to look at Fartcoin. Just to refresh our memories, the last time we were coming up with setups on this, we were looking for this down into that point, previous range point of control at that 19 cent region, and we were looking to ladder trades on price leaving that area. So as we come down into that area, taking a trade in our blue zone, a reaction zone, and then laddering into it. On that, I was saying that I'm looking for the main target of that move to be here, the previous range point of control, which is up here, and that's where we've got at the minute. That's where we're sitting. So on this so far from our low has been a nice 79% move. One thing I'd like to highlight is this. We got this low. Everyone was saying all season. We got this low. Everyone was saying all season. We got this low. Everyone was saying all season. We got this low. Everyone was saying all season. And we get this low here and everybody is saying all season. Obviously at some stage or another they're going to be right, but to me all season is a meme. It doesn't matter. It's you know, for investors, people are investing in all coins, should be very careful. But as traders, it doesn't matter because, you know, you've been watching this for a while now. We've got this low, we've got this high, we've got this low, we've got this high, this low, high, low, and so on and so forth. So it doesn't really matter. So what we want to figure out now is this the low for Fartcoin? And we're going to flip this, back test, and then head on all the way up for a new all-time high, or even up to clear off this whole bear market? Or are we going to spend another little bit of time to either come down and put in a higher low to maybe come up and head on up, or do we come down and take out those lows and then head on up? That's what we're going to try to figure out here. So let's get into it. These levels are all going to stay there. I have no reason to take them off. I will actually show you this. So like on Bitcoin back in 2021, we got this nice run down. We got this bearish, this real bearish price heading sideways. And I like the kind of context of all of this. So I think to stay within this range for another little while would break more hearts than not. And it would be really, really nice if we did it. But anyway, these are some pivots we have to the upside that are still very relevant. That if we do come up and take the high of this, what I call a range now, or this channel, if we do come up and take the high of this channel, that it is a zone, I will look for a swing failure pattern or a deviation up here. To marry up that with volume, I will look for anywhere up into this region here, into this previous range point of control. Okay. Get rid of this. And so we'll be back up into this area if it does continue on up here. To the downside, we have our levels below. So again, two things I would look for. A, we come down and take out this low, or B, we come down and deviate from that. So let's check out our deviation levels. TR pocket into that previous range value or low. They're perfect levels. Really, really, really are. So if we reject from where we're at right now, and this is the high, you know, if it comes back down to put in that low, that would be a good place to do it. Maybe a little bit more. Or a bounce. Yeah, maybe something like this. That would be the bearish scenario I would look for. Come down and take that low. But getting a bounce in between. So the two reaction zones to the downside. One is here. The other is here. To the upside, you know, right now we're at the previous range value area high. Okay, so we are at resistance, but it will be really nice to suck in more people. You know, even though we are short here at Pro Traders Lounge, it would be nice to suck in more traders to get them bullish, to come back up and maybe get a trade up here. So I will be looking for shorts if we do get up here I will be looking for shorts up at the high of that range again. That. So I think I can delete these. That would be more of a scalp kind of a trade. This would be more looking for a swing here. So we'll see what happens when price gets there. But they're the levels I'm looking for. For Fartcoin. Yeah, I like that. I like that. So if we do kind of bounce from here and start to head on up, you know, that's a really nice zone. Or wait for price to come back into that range and drop. Yeah, that's it. That is Fartcoin. So we do have something else that I want to cover. And that is, we did a competition last week. And just let me get it up here on this side. Just while I'm loading this, we also have Trader R coming up in the next few minutes with Bitcoin trade recap, and then he's going to be going over his altcoins of the week. Also, guys, before I hand you over to Trader R for his Bitcoin recap and his altcoin setups of the week, I just want to announce the winner of last week's competition, which we didn't get to announce as it was just a crazy week of trading. And this was, take a picture of yourself or of your screen watching Sunday Swinger Show, and we put it through the random thingamajiggy, and there's your winner. Your winner is Mark Dunn. Mark Dunn, you've won a free month to Pro Traders Lounge. Congratulations. If you just reach out to us on X, that'll all be sorted for you. Now it's over to Trader R.
Pro Traders Lounge has launched a new platform dedicated to education. Welcome to Pro Traders Academy, where we transform beginners into professional traders.
What's up, folks? Welcome to Pro Traders Academy. This is Trader R, and today we'll be covering fractals. And a good example today, which is going to be on Bitcoin on the higher time frame.
At Pro Traders Academy, our mission is to accelerate your journey to becoming a pro trader.
How you all doing, guys? I'm the Dukes.
I'm H. Paul.
My name is Eunice.
My name is Imi.
My name is Michael.
My name is Netzochronos.
Patrick PC0813.
Welcome to
Pro Traders Academy.
Pro Traders Academy.
And welcome to Pro Traders Academy.
Our platform offers a comprehensive library of educational modules and exclusive access to proven trading strategies. With weekly education modules and multiple in-depth market analysis aimed at new traders, Pro Traders Academy is your one-stop shop for training education needs. Join us and start your journey to trading success today.
How are we all doing? It is St. Patrick's weekend. Happy Paddy's Day, folks. And it's not Patty, it's Paddy. I'm just saying it now. It's not Patty with a T. That's not a thing. I don't care what people say. See, Patrick's Day, Padraig in Irish, Paddy is a short version for it. But anyway, happy Paddy's weekend. Hopefully I didn't annoy a few Americans there, but oh. Anyway, Bitcoin. We're going to go over Bitcoin today. Bit XRP, a bit of ETH, USDT. You know, we're going to go over a few things. I suppose I'm going to start with the own XRP first. What we had so far. Look, I've been just looking at this. I was like, hold on here. Right? We called this move up here into the exact high. And then we called that exact high down to the low here. And then I didn't do a thing for a while. But inside the group, I gave out this low. And then we kind of gave out this high. It didn't really hit my zone, but we almost did it. Then I did a public stream called this low. And I called for this drop down to here into this low here for a bounce up. Fucking just we're just on fire with this coin. So we're just gonna keep going. Gonna see what we have next. That was a nice trade down there. It was indeed. Of course, you can see what I have here already, which is already I've been doing it in the group. Anchor V up from the high, running in up above this liquidity line, which is really nice. But you can see this the thing. We have a descending triangle on XRP. Does that mean it's bullish, bearish? Not necessarily. It doesn't mean it has to be bearish, but it is a bearish pattern. And historically, you do break down from these, and then you can just go back up, But again, this is a lot, it's a lot of time. I don't know if we're going to be doing like that. Maybe we do something shorter version of it. It could be, but for now, this is what it looks like for now, I'm thinking we actually get a higher low. I don't see an actual trade here. Maybe I don't see a trade. We do have a trade up here, but maybe I'm thinking, do we have a long trade? There's too many lows here for me to be pulling a TR pocket on this, because usually I'd get something like this, and then I can pull the TR pocket off of this high and low, or that high and low, Either one is fine with me, but you see the way it is right now, just too many highs and lows. It's kind of hard for me to go, yeah, look, this TR pocket looks good. And then it's like, why would I use this one? What's wrong with this one? Or what's wrong with this one? This one comes down all the way to the lows, retest the bottom of the triangle again. So it's too tough. I'm kind of looking at this as a kind of a corrective fashion, 3 wave up, 3 wave down, 3 wave up, 3 wave down. So I'm looking for a 3 wave up again for a final move down. Maybe we just swing fade lows or something, then move up, or we just fall off the cliff, because we did have a fairly solid run with a lot of open ground down here, so next trade zone for me is going to be up here in this zone. For now, I don't have a TR pocket to pull. I could pull like this, but I don't like this one. It's a bit too high. I thought. I don't really like it. So for now, I do like to just run at the liquidity, because that's all she's been doing. Running liquidity and then falling off. So this whole area up here is going to be my next zone. Fix this there. Fix that there. Lovely. Whole area is going to be my next zone. Kind of looking for a 3-way fashion, but I don't have enough data yet. Really. That's the real thing. I do like this high and low here. You could use this, but I need this to go like this for that to be used, and then we get that. If you get what I mean, folks, so hopefully you understand that. With the TR pocket, you kind of do need data. You can't just pull it like a Fibonacci retracement, but for now, looking for a 3-wave move up, and maybe swing fail these highs, and that's going to be the next big short, and back inside the range, maybe to the 0.5, and keep it simple, folks. ETH USD. So look, this thing is actually on support. She is on support. She has a nice TR pocket. We go like this. Let's go like this. Go like this. She did hit a nice TR pocket. She is ranging down here. She does look like crap. She could bounce. You're probably going to have weekly pivots up here. So a bounce is kind of due on this. Let me see. Do you have a trend line? People don't underestimate trend lines. It's called a trend line for a reason. You break the trend, you break the line, and you reverse. So you do have a trend line here. What I would fear is maybe she goes like this, fake out, and then down, take the lows. Because it looks like it'd take the lows again. It does look like it'd take the lows again. To be honest with you, probably the next best trade option would be to take that low and get a swing failure pattern going. So I think mid time frame, I would give that out. But higher time frame, people have been talking bad about this. Like, really. When you think about it, right? It's not that bad. It actually is not that bad at all. It's really not. Just because we didn't go up, it wasn't even altcoin season. We had a Bitcoin rally. We didn't have an altcoin season. People talk about the altcoin season too much. The more that people talk about an altcoin season, the more likely it's not going to happen. So forget that thing ever existed. But look at it. It's not that bad at all. Higher time frame, look at it. It's brilliant. Looks fucking great. So what is next on this? This thing, you kind of have to imagine she's trying to maybe paint a big higher time frame triangle here. Maybe from that low. Maybe Maybe from that low with the TR pocket. Jeez. Maybe. That's actually a big ass zone. But I would like a swing fail that low. It would be nice to swing fail that low. I do have a second plan on this as well. Second zone that I was looking at, but she's bounced off this zone. Potentially she has a triangle on her hands. Doesn't look the worst. It would be more likely a pennant, and I would expect this to fall out the back end with this short retrace it did like this. You know, that's probably what I would expect on this. But yellow. TR pockets always give the nicest bounces, but the TR extensions on the long term always give the reversal. So TR extension on this would be coming in down here underneath those lows, and you would imagine, like, we swing failed this big high here, she's coming down, she took these lows, you would imagine she'd come down and take a bit more. So I think in the long run on this, I would like that low. She's at big support, so I probably will look for a trade this week on Ethereum if she swing fades that low, which I will look at in a few minutes. But in the long term, I feel like this whole area down here, and then you come back and retest this high here. Like if I went on to the supply and demand here of this lovely old supply, lovely size, hadn't been tested, got retested there, and you're gonna move up into the high, got retested there, move up again. This is a really nice zone, takes that liquidity. I would imagine that this zone gives out a nice long-term opportunity. So I'm gonna try and bring this down a bit more here. And this whole zone here would be the buy zone. Long term, higher time frame. I like this region, and as well you can see this is not really on the top. This will come down a bit more here. Alright, but for now we'll leave it like that. This whole region, really nice. That'd be higher time frame. Alright, that zone is higher time frame. So I'm gonna knock this in here, and then we go to the lower time frame area. Cause I would be interested in a swing fail at the low. If it doesn't happen, I'm alright, you know, I'm alright with that. I don't really trade the crypto too much. If I see a nice opportunity, I'll trade it. But other than that, I'd be trading indices and gold. Let me see, you actually got a curve going on here as well. Really nice touch of that TR pocket, like, you know, it's a machine. It's a weapon. It is a weapon. If you're not using that weapon now, what, you have to have a serious talk with yourself there. Like, look in the mirror, it's like, what are you at? What are you at? Why aren't you trading TR pocket? Slings. So 12. This is on linear. 12 hour slings are trending right now. So coming back to this range low. If she comes to that range low, you could be looking at a rejection. I like this one for a potential new low. I do like this actually. This is very nice. If you come up and hold that range low with a wick, you're going to be looking at a new low. And sling band strategy, I have it all. It's all strats inside in the group. So yeah, this is going to be my next zone. I like this a lot. Let's put on the PTL sling there. Go to the 12. Okay, let's go to the 1 hour. Alright. I do like this. I like it a lot. And so 30 minute. Trying to see, do I have a supply and demand? I know I have the recent low. I could just use that, but there is an old low there as well. We'll go over here and we will look at this lower time frame data here. 30 minutes, 15 maybe. No, we mightn't have any here though. Oh, it's way too big. I can't go to the 1 minute. Can I go 2, 3, 2, 1? You can't bring me to the 1. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. I'm just going to do something like this. So I'm going to pretend that this is the supply and demand because I can't get the data. So it gives me a bit of a range. It's like, it's just, alright, so this range, no, that area gives me a bit of a buffer, you know. So here you go, week off of that. That's not bad. Just, and again, yeah, perfect. That's the supply and demand for me now. Alright. Just give me a region of bit of a buffer in that region. You know, we come up. I want a bit of an area that we can hold for a wick, and that'll be the area for me. If we hold that with a wick, with this, I will be looking for red zone. Let's do it like this. I have seen this plenty of times. Sell box, and we put this to the front, and this. Right? Do we have an extension on that? TR extension. Go on, line up on that there. She lines up rightly. Fucking beautiful. Fucking beautiful. Right. So that holds on. I'll be looking for a rejection. Just keep an eye on it. If we go right through, great. If not, this is an area. If you hold with a week, and she holds with a week, I mean like 4 hour, maybe to the 2 hour, 2 hours to 4 hour. She holds that with a wick this high here, you'll be looking for this low to be taken out, right? And then potentially that TR pocket down here, you get a swing fail. If you can hold out with a swing fail, I would be looking for something like this. Then a move up, you know, bit of a move up then. All right, so that's Ethereum, that's XRP, and we're going to BTC, I suppose. Remember, folks. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. You know, I just have to remind people every now and then. They kind of forget. They'll be watching and they're like, holy shit, this is the best TA I've ever seen. But you forget to like, you forget to comment, you forget to subscribe. You kind of have to remind them. Bitcoin, we have a TR channel. This is the one that's been doing all the fucking work for the last few years, alright? And I mean it, last few years. We've been using this a long time. I think I went over this in last public stream, or I went over on the Twitter live that I did. Why would I bring this up? Because once you get to the outer TR pocket on the TR channel, and you get a rejection on that, right? There's a 75% chance you return all the way down to the range high. You got a rejection, range high, rejection, range high, rejection. I'm looking for the range higher time frame. Alright. So first, out of all these rejections that we've had, we have had a decent lower high. Before moving down to that range. So one could say we're due a decent lower high before going down. You know, so this is kind of my whole game plan. Just want you to let you know this is the game plan for now. 67 to 68,000, whatever. The range high is kind of my target at the moment. Then from there we'll have to gauge what's going on. Does she hold that range? Does she give us some bearish price action, higher time frame, whatever? Like this here was bearish price action, fairly clear it was going to go down. This one, bullish price action. Why? Because this one was consolidating in a sideways upward move. This one's consolidating in a downward sloping move. And it was just textbook TA in a higher time frame. But we'll have to see what we get here. You'll get a hint. Market will show you a hint. It will show its cards if you give it enough time, you know. So for now, just showing you that higher time frame. What I'm maybe looking for is some sort of lower high before moving down. Anything, really. It could be a big move up. It could be a slight move up. So far, we've been kind of alright with this. So, again, where are we on Bitcoin? Right, so Bitcoin moved down. She first bounced off the TR pocket, the normal TR pocket, and then we came down to the TR extension. Got a little bit of a swing failure into it, to be fair. Alright. And it's kind of consolidating in an upward sloping move here. So not the best kind of consolidation down here, and you're leaving a full candle here too, which is not the greatest. Came up there. Wow, I didn't even see this. She came up there a while ago, just to swing fail the highs. Did she run the high? She did not. There was an area I was looking for this, to be honest. I was actually looking for this to actually come up and hit my TR pocket. And just right here. So I was kind of, that would have been nice. I had alerts on something, my other exchange. So it would have been nice because you had a little bit of an order block there. You had this order block right there, which was really nice confluence, I would say. But she might not get to it. It's still a nice zone. Still a really nice zone. Look at it. It's so close. Ah, man. That's ridiculous, actually. That's ridiculous. Yeah. So what is the next plan for me on this would be, right? Higher time frame, right? It's all about the slings really for me as well. Pivots and slings. Slings are just, they give you the trend, right? Here we got the daily trend moving up. She couldn't hold it. It was kind of a sign there's weakness coming. But now we have flipped to the downside and we're holding a daily slings on the bearish move. Right, the last day we were looking for 93 wick to be filled. We don't actually have any more wicks, but right now we do have slings that are flipping on us. And the sling, the first thing it did was backtest and hold with a wick, which is not a good sign for Bitcoin at all. So what I'm actually looking for is Bitcoin to retest this for a short opportunity down. That's my whole overall plan next on Bitcoin, and just there's nothing really else I'm interested in, to be honest. She moves down, swing phase a lot, don't care. The daily sling is literally the only thing I like right now, and it's a backtest of these previous lows. So I'm gonna put on the PTL sling. I'm gonna go to the daily. I'm gonna go to the daily, and yeah, leave that on, and then I'm gonna mark out the previous low, supply and demand. We have to find it first. Was it this? It was this one. Yeah, okay. I do like this as well, though. I do like that as well, I must say. That's a bit big. I don't like these candles when they're a bit big like that. We'll go 15. 15's not too bad. We'll take that. Take that. Right. So old range high, old range low. She backtested this and nice little bounce up. Came up again. She retested it, made a new low. Like textbook right there, to be fair. Then she ran right through it. Kind of found some resistance here. I would love this to be backtest. This is lovely looking. So if we can get up to that zone, send this to the back, lock it in. We have this TR pocket here. Looks like Bitcoin could come down and put it maybe a higher low. Hopefully, that's what I'm hoping for. And then we have this here, right? This TR extension of this whole range. Lovely. We can go a bit higher. That's grand. Pull the 0.5 off it here if we can, and we can lock this in with a bit of a red box into this red zone here. Put it to the front as well. Like this can go to this high, it could go to that high. It depends on what she's going to do here. Like if she comes down, if she's going to come down from this and then she holds, maybe she does that, you know. And then you'll be looking at the TR extension a little bit different. But also this is going to start grinding down if that happens. So you kind of have to keep an eye on the daily sling bands too. If you hold the daily sling with a wick, you're going to be looking for a new low. Right? That's the whole plan here. You hold that daily sling with a wick, you're looking for a new low. That's the strategy, that's the plan. And that's the goal, I suppose. So for now, I think maybe this is what might happen here. She might come down, consolidate higher low, move up over the week into this zone. Alright. That's what I'm going to leave it as. I'm going to love you, Levy. Enjoy your Paddy's Day, folks. And go hard or go home. Okay? Go hard or go home. Have a lovely week. And hopefully safe trading. Good luck. Adios.